Ah, Andrea, early as usual, I see.
Good morning, Mr. Butler.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I want to introduce you to your new colleague. This is Jackie.
So nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Well, Andrea here's going to help you get started. She's one of the most reliable employees. The great thing about hiring agents is that they usually never make any mistakes. All right, so I'll let you guys get started, all right? All right.
So, shall we get started? Let's get you all set up.
Are you okay with that?
With what?
With that joke that Mr. Butler just made. It was pretty offensive.
Oh, well, Mr. Butler makes jokes like that all the time, so.
And you let him?
I mean, he was paying me a compliment.
But it was a joke about racial stereotypes.
I know, but look, it's just something that I have to put up with. Anyway, I'll show you how our system works.
Well, these projections look really good. You think we can get this all done by the end of the week?
Honestly, sir, I think we should be able to have it done by tomorrow.
Ah, fantastic. Exactly what I wanted to hear. Who says having Asian helicopter parents doesn't pay off? Man, I tell you, you guys are such good at numbers. Like human supercomputers, I tell you. Kind of wish I had all my employees to be Asian. Anything else that I should know before we get started back to work?
Yes, actually. Just one thing. I quit.
What? Excuse me?
I quit. I'm sorry, sir, but I cannot and I will not work under such an ignorant boss.
Wait just a minute. Ignorant?
Yes, you just made a racist joke right in front of a very hardworking employee.
Well, I mean, it's just a lighthearted joke. We're just kind of having fun, right? Right, Andrew?
Yes, sir.
Well, Andrea may not care, but I do. It was this same toxic work environment that ultimately got me fired from my last job.
What?
Yeah. Right after college, I finally started working at the company I always wanted to work for. But my boss was a horrible misogynist. And he always made jokes out of the expense of women every chance he got. And when I finally built up the courage to tell him how uncomfortable he made me, he fired me. He told me that if I couldn't take a joke, then there wasn't a place for me at his company. But as I packed up my desk, I realized that it was a blessing in disguise. So I made a vow to myself that day that if I ever worked for another boss just like that, I'd quit before he had the chance to fire me. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
Andrea, have I made jokes that's offended you?
Honestly, sir, yes.
How come you didn't say anything?
You're my boss. And I really do like my job here, but I don't know, I was afraid that if I said anything, you might fire me. Just like Jackie was fired from her last job.
I had no idea. I mean, I really didn't. I mean, I just thought we were having fun, you know, and I thought I was being funny, but I didn't realize that these jokes were hurtful and uncomfortable to you. You know what? I'm gonna go through sensitivity training. Heck, you know what? I'm gonna have the whole office go through sensitivity training, just to prove a point, just to show you that things are gonna completely change around here. And I'm not gonna be doing these jokes anymore. All right? So would that make you feel better, more comfortable?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Butler.
And Jackie, it's of course your decision, but I'd still love to have you be a part of the team if you'll decide to stay.
It takes a strong man to admit he's made a mistake, and an even stronger man to apologize. So, as long as you live up to your promise, I'd be honored to stay, Mr. Butler.
Fantastic. Great news, great news. All right. And also, guys, going forward, let's drop this whole Mr. Butler nonsense. How about you guys just call me Philip from now on? All right? All right. All right.